Welcome back to Core Content today for April 3rd, 2023. Today we're going to be talking about a ton of content, including Roku's OS 12 update rolling out, or at least starting to, Fubo adding over 100 CBS stations, and cable networks buying up YouTube channels. These are just a few of the topics we'll talk about, but first, hey, if you want to learn more about the stories I talk about, I'll put a link to them in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. You can find them on corecarsnews.com there. Come up with your own opinions. Let me know, because I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Before we get into it all, though, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you help us support our families? Could you help us grow this channel? Just hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families. So with that said, let's dive into the news of the day, and hopefully we can help you break free of the high-cost cable TV just to watch the shows you enjoy. It's a Monday, almost forgot. All right, Roku has started to roll out the Roku OS 12. Now, you know, a few weeks ago we talked that Roku had announced that Roku OS 12 will be coming out over the next few months. At the time, it was a very slow rollout. We hadn't heard from anybody who has got it. Now, over the last few days, we've heard multiple reports from readers like you who went to corecarsnews.com, clicked on that Contact Us button, and let us know that you received the update. Now, with this update rollout, it's going to take months, they say, for all Roku TVs and Roku players that are eligible, the current generations, like the Roku Ultra, etc., that are going to get the new update. But if you want to check to see if you got this update, just go into the system settings, go to your update, and try for a manual update to see if the update's available. It will also show you the current version. You're looking for Roku OS 12 to be the version you want with the new update. With this, it's a lot about discovery. There's a lot of under the hood improvements we'll talk about later, but there'll be a new way for you to find local news from 350 plus local TV stations. Premium subscriptions, there'll be different categories in the Roku channel to subscribe to a ton of different services, a lot easier, allowing you to manage all your subscriptions from one place on one bill. I know a lot of people like that. There'll be new content discovery areas like a continue watching section, a sports section, and a whole lot of updates to the Roku OS mobile app. Now, the big thing here that Roku has a habit of doing is saying, hey, we got this new update, here's some cool features. They don't tell you about a whole lot of the under the hood fixes, minor changes, and more. You're kind of left to discover them. It's kind of a hunting game I enjoy every time Roku comes out with a new big update like this. It's like, what else is in that update? So if you discover anything else not listed there, leave us a comment, let us know, because Roku's done big things like roll out guest mode, which was a cool new feature that they didn't really talk about. They just kind of slipped it in to an update at first and let people kind of discover it, play around with it. And guest mode allows you to, for example, have a TV in the guest bedroom that you can switch over to guest mode. People can log into their apps, and when you exit guest mode, it logs them out of all their apps, for example. A lot of Airbnb people like to use that with it. But if you notice anything cool, leave me a comment, let me know. If you got this update, let me know what devices you've received it on. So far, most of the people I've heard from have Roku TVs that have received the update and some higher-end Roku TVs. So leave me a comment, let me know if you got it. If not, they say in the next few months. I'm guessing April, a majority of people will probably get April, early May at the latest. I would be surprised if they're still rolling this out into June, for example. All right, Fubo TV is bringing back in the next story up of the day, 100 plus local CBS affiliates. This happened last Friday after I'd already published the Friday edition of this. Well, back in January, Fubo had a contract with Paramount for CBS. Many locals from Scripps, Nexstar, and Sinclair did not like it, plus other companies, and they did not allow Fubo to have their local contracts because they didn't think Fubo was paying a fair rate. Well, whatever that hold up there between Paramount and the locals, it meant that over 100 local CBS stations were removed from Fubo and replaced with a national feed for CBS. Well, now a deal has been struck between Paramount, the locals, and Fubo that allows them to replace the national feed once again with local feeds in most markets. Fubo's PR team told us that most locals have been replaced. Nearly all, I think, was the wording they used. There may be a few still missing. I'm not sure if those are some smaller independents that may not have signed on yet, or if that's just a technical issue that they got to get these independents new feeds set up and more. There's a lot of back-end work that I've discovered goes into getting a connection for streaming services to have local feeds, and a lot of it has to do with making sure that connection is secure so people aren't pirating off of that feed with it. But Fubo has confirmed that, quote, almost all, is what they said, locals are there. So check that out. Leave me a comment. Are you a Fubo subscriber? Did you get yours back or have you not? Let me know. All right. Cord cutting has been hitting smaller digital over-the-air networks, smaller cable networks very hard. A lot of them have turned to YouTube, especially in the crime and television world. The Law and Crime channel has been one of the biggest, very successful on YouTube with a ton of coverage, garnering hundreds of thousands of views on average. Well, now they have started to buy up smaller YouTube channels in the crime world. It's kind of an interesting move here. So as over-the-air TV viewership has grown, but that's hard to monetize, as cable subscribers have shrunk, these smaller digital networks have said, YouTube's a way we can make money. Maybe we'll buy up different YouTube channels. And that's what they've done here. With the Disturbing Truth being one of the bigger ones out there, I've seen other networks also be picked up by other cable companies. And what they're doing saying is, how can we improve our YouTube footprint? How can we take our true crime content, partner with people doing that, buy them up, and work that way? It's kind of an interesting move here. And that's something I expect that's not done. I think more and more often major cable networks, while not quite willing to take their live feed and put it on YouTube for free, will either put it behind a paywall like Law and Crime, network has done, and buy up similar ones. You could see definitely things like Travel Channel content, buying up some vloggers who do travel content, and then putting their channel a stamp with the Travel Channel on it, for example, and using some of their production teams to help produce that content. They already have a huge audience, a monetizable system with it, and a whole lot more with it. So does this worry you? Are you concerned about cable networks buying up your favorite YouTube channels? I mean, if the price is right, I'm kidding on that. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is going to be a successful move for cable networks to say, hey, YouTube's the future? I really have liked what the Law and Crime channel has been doing, live feeds of court proceedings, court hearings, and more, garnering thousands and thousands of views in real time. It's a great way. I wouldn't be surprised at times if their YouTube viewership is bigger than their cable viewership. I don't know. That's just speculation. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a really big event happening, some mega trial, etc., that could happen with. All right, let's keep moving along. The free streaming service Overdrive, which partnered with local libraries, is shutting down. Now, Overdrive, it's not something you could sign up for. You had to go to your library. Your library had to participate in it, much like Canopy and Hoopla do, that allow you to rent movies, audiobooks, ebooks, and more from your library through their app, either on the TV or phone, tablet, etc. And you get often a set number of rentals you can do per month from your local library. Well, OneDrive has informed customers that starting May 1st, it will fully shut down. A lot of libraries have been facing money shortages. Unfortunately, library usage, it needs to be more. It's free. Your tax dollars are paying for it. Take advantage of it. Like I said, Hoopla and others are a great way to do that. But a lot of libraries are struggling to pay the bills. As costs go up, they're being impacted too. And I'm assuming what's happened here is Hoopla and Canopy have kind of become the big ones in this market. Probably not enough room for 3 different services servicing libraries out there, because they got to get the libraries to sign a contract with them to pay them. So check that out. If you're a OneDrive customer, take advantage of that last month. But check out your local library. It's a great cord cutting tool. Movies, audiobooks. I use the audiobooks all the time when I'm taking a road trip, flying somewhere. Love that feature to listen to an audiobook. Much rather listen to an audiobook on a playing the music. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this. If your local library uses OneDrive, hopefully they pick up Hoopla or Digital Canopy to replace OneDrive. But that will be going away May 1st. So you still have a few more weeks to take advantage of it. All right, next story up of the day. You know us, we like to cover not just cord cutting, but how to save you money on phones, tablets, and everyday things, which includes covering store news from different places that sell products that you buy every day. Walmart is one of those big ones, and that's why we cover what's happening in the world of Walmart to help you. A lot of people buy their streaming players at Walmart and a whole lot more. But Walmart's announced 15 stores that are closing, and we have the full list over at cordcuttersnews.com, but there's a few things happening here. Walmart's saying we're closing underperforming stores. And some of it may be crime. A lot of people have talked a lot about that, especially with Portland stores closing. But a lot of it's staffing. I've heard from different people in the industry that closing a store in one market allows you to take the staff from that store and move it to another store in the same town, for example, and help address staffing shortages. Staffing shortages have hit retail very hard recently. And by reducing the number of stores you have, you can reduce the need for staffing A, cutting costs, B, helping make sure the stores you remain open are fully staffed with it. We'll see what happens there. But if you want to see if your local store is on the list, Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, New Mexico, Oregon, Texas, Washington, Wisconsin, just a few of the states that are going to have stores closing in them. Check out the show notes. I'll put a link to the full list there. All right, Hulu is laying off 200 staff. Now, we talked about Hulu having some big staff cuts. More staff cuts could come. Disney has multiple rounds of layoffs happening, but last week was the first round, and Hulu laid off 200 employees at their Beijing research center. Now, this research center helped develop content discovery, help deal with user interface and more development. Now it looks like Hulu's decided to take that back out of China, bring it back to the United States, and do it here, or at least not in China, as they basically laid off the entire office and are closing the office there. It really sucks for those employees. I feel my sympathy goes off over to them. It's never fun losing your job. From Hulu's point of view, this probably means that they don't have to deal with international issues. They don't have to deal with that office rental anymore, and a whole lot more for Disney, who's the main parent company behind Hulu and runs the day-to-day operations for it. It's very likely this is not the last cut over at Hulu. Disney, over the next month and some, will have a couple waves of staff cuts as they look to eliminate 7,000 jobs across all divisions: ESPN, ABC, Disney Plus, Disney Parks, and more. And so look for this to kind of happen. We've heard from Deadline that Hulu could have a significant staffing reduction compared to some of the others as Disney tries to figure out what they want to do with Hulu. All right, speaking of Amazon and stores, Amazon is suing sellers who use fake takedown requests claiming somebody's infringing their patent, copyright, whatever on Amazon. Amazon's been working very hard to go after people abusing their system, and they're cracking down on that by now suing fake sellers. Let me know. Do you ever see anything like this? Have you ever experienced anything where somebody uses a fake DMCA, fake copyright complaint? I love that Amazon has identified the problem. It's very easy for Amazon to say, well, that's a third-party seller's problem. You know, they have to fight it out in the courts. No, Amazon's saying, hey, you're playing with our storefront. We're going to get involved here and make that right by suing the people who are abusing takedown requests. I love it that Amazon's doing this. It's a great thing for the store. Helps make Amazon's storefront better by keeping bad players out of it. We'll see. Did they really abuse it? That's going to be something for the courts to decide. But I love the fact that Amazon is trying, right or wrong, we'll see what the courts say about this case, but that they're trying to keep the Amazon store free of bad actors in it. We'll see. Again, though, innocent until proven guilty in the United States. And that's something we always have to remember with all this. All right, last story up of the day, a quick money-saving tip for everybody. Like I've said a lot, I love to help you cut the cord and save money on TV. I want to help you save money everywhere I possibly can. And this is coming from Amazon's pharmacy. Now, if you're not aware, Amazon will actually fill your prescriptions and mail them right to your home. And now they will automatically apply any manufacturer's coupon. Did you know there's actually coupons for prescriptions? Well, if you're not doing research, you're not going to your whatever companies you get your prescription made from website, you may have no idea that there's a coupon that will give you a savings on your monthly prescription on top of your copays and the like. Well, Amazon has a new system now that will automatically find these coupons, apply them to your pharmacy, and you won't have to do anything. There was a recent study that showed that most people never use the available coupons for their pharmacy products. Now, Amazon says, hey, we'll take that mess out, because who's really going to look up a manufacturer of a medicine you take that your doctor prescribed, right? Your doctor prescribed it, I go straight to Walgreens or Walmart or Target or wherever, and I pick it up. I don't go home, I don't go research it. I just know, hey, they gave me an antibiotic, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna get the antibiotic, for example. And this way, they can save money. So check that out. And again, my goal here is always to help you save money. Hope these tips do that, not just for television. We want to help you save money on everything we can. So until next time, take care, be safe. We'll be back again real soon. I hope you have a fantastic week, a fantastic Monday. Take care, everybody.